Hello, Eric.
Hello, Rob. How are you doing?
I am well. It's good to have you back, and it's good to be back playing Marvel's Champions.
I'm ready to do this.
I am glad to hear that. So it's been a little while since we played this. And so I thought the best way for us to get back into the swing of remembering how to play this game is to take on what is arguably the hardest villain in the entire set, Ronan the Accuser.
Makes tons of sense to me.
Excellent.
Are we talking about that other game, or did that other game not
That other
happen?
game did not happen.
Okay.
That was just to work out some of the kinks and learn that we don't want to stream to YouTube. It absolutely did not happen because we got slaughtered before the end of the first turn. That did not happen at all.
I kind of like what happened is I got killed in the first turn. I kind of like the visual of, Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel fist bumping. We're a team. We're going to go into this. And then Ronan just smashing Captain Marvel into the ground and Miss Marvel saying, I'm going to go now. Have fun conquering the universe. This was not what I expected.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm ready for a rematch. I want to show Ronan we're a contender. I want to go at least 3 rounds. That's my goal for this game.
3 rounds. I honestly think we might do okay. But there's a lot of weight hanging on that word might. I also want to thank everyone for joining us. Hello, Natalie. Thanks for coming and to cheering us on. It is lovely to have you watching along and see what a horrible job at playing this game we do. So really quick, as mentioned, inspired by the Marvels, or at least I was inspired by Marvels. Eric, you decided you wanted to try out Captain Marvel. Your favorite things to do.
I like to do in this game, and they're not about drawing extra encounter cards, which are the things I hate the most in this game. I initially said, I want to play Star-Lord, and then I looked at the game, I remembered I had played Star-Lord, and I hated him.
Yeah.
Because it was always like, draw an encounter card to do something. I'm like, I don't want to draw an encounter card. Whatever I can do is going to be like 10 times less than the encounter card. Because the encounter cards are just dreadful. So, yeah, Captain Marvel's about drawing cards, so I am all for that.
I think I think you're gonna enjoy the way she works if you get like a halfway decent draw, which you may have done.
We'll see.
Yep, and I decided to play Miss Marvel just because I remember having played her before and just enjoying the way the deck works. It's very versatile, which I think will be useful. As we mentioned, we're going to go up against Ronan the Accuser. He's a little tricky. He starts with his toughness, so he's going to start with a tough card. He's got the universal weapon, which is going to do a lot of extra damage. Not a lot of extra damage, and we can take some damage to get rid of it. And the starting scheme is going to be giving us 4 threat a turn, which is a lot. So we got our work cut out for us. We also, why didn't that work?
I don't know.
Let's see if that
also
works. All right, that worked a little better at least.
Okay.
So we also have the Kree command ship, which is going to be tossing us those extra crisis cards or encounter cards that we don't necessarily want to deal with, but we can use the Milano to deal with that a little bit. So you said that you were willing to be the first player.
Yes. And the reason I wanted to be the first player is Captain Marvel is about pulling out cards. And so if I have an extra draw, I can hand that over to you in the first round. And I think that's going to be helpful.
All right.
So I got A whole bunch of allies. I'm going to try to get out as many as I can. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to use Genius, which gives me two power to play out Maria Hill. Maria Hill has a special power when she enters play. Draw one card.
That's everyone draws a card, so I'm going to tag along on that.
Oh, everyone. Oh, is it everyone? Each player draws a card. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh, wow. I should read more. So I'm going to draw a card, and Rob's going to draw a card, and I have energy channeling, max 1 per player. Spend X resources, put X resource counters here. Action, discard energy, deal 2 damage to an enemy, maximum of 10 for each energy.
Yeah. So that's an upgrade that you can put out, and as an action, you can spend energy resources to charge it up, and then unload a crap load of damage.
Yeah, that's nice. I may want to use that for just its resource value, unfortunately.
All right.
It's nice, but
hey, if you have a plan, stick to your plan.
Yeah, I'm well, we'll see where we go with this. I'm going to play Blade. I'm going to use Blade. So here's the thing. The one thing I learned from our one encounter with Ronan is that he hits really hard.
Yeah.
So if a choice between Blade or Stinger, I'm going to put out Stinger because it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
And so I'm going to use Blade to put out Stinger, who is just a little guy.
Little girl. Scott Lang's
little
daughter.
Girl? Oh, it's girl. Oh, is it? I did not know that. I didn't know who Stinger was. Oh, Cassie Lang. Okay, yeah, there we go. And so put that out. Now, I am going to use my Captain Marvel ability to draw an extra card, or Carol Danvers' ability, choose one player to draw an extra card. I'm going to do that for myself.
Yep.
The reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to avoid using the Milano because Milano has other uses. Powers in us all.
Oh.
I'm playing basic gray. But Nick Fury is basic gray.
That is true.
Okay, so this works out really well. So I drew Power of Us All. Max double the number of resources this card generates when playing basic gray. So this means this generates 2. And then I'm going to use Band Together. Generates 1 resource for each ally you control, maximum of 3. So this generates 2, which is the 4 for Nick Fury. All right. Now, this is as far as my plan got. And now I'm going to ask you for advice. I have a choice of removing 2 threat from his screen, drawing 3 cards, or dealing 4 damage. Well, dealing 4 damage is out because he's got toughness. Ronan starts out with toughness, and that means I'd be wasting a lot of that damage.
So a way around that would be to wait until you are in Captain Marvel form, do an attack to get rid of toughness, and then bring out Nick Fury to do that. Honestly, for what you've got going on, I think that the 3 cards might be the way to go.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 3 cards. I'm going to try to blitzkrieg this opening and get as much out as I can, because I know it just gets worse after this. Okay. Wow. This was not useful.
Except, I will point out that during so you have Blade in your discard pile.
I do have Blade in my discard pile.
And I did mulligan the White Fox.
Okay.
It was a cost of 3. I don't know if that's worth it for you.
Okay, so the White Fox After the white fox is discarded from the top of your deck, in put her into play under your control. Oh, if
Yeah,
it's
so that's
discarded.
just
Yeah.
if I have things that knock out
Yeah.
cards, which this deck has a lot to do, she'll just pop out
Yeah.
automatically for free.
Okay, so the white fox. So I could bring out the white fox. I could also pay for Cosmic Flight. Captain Marvel gains the aerial hero interrupt. When Captain Marvel will take damage, discard Cosmic Flight, prevent 3 damage.
That's a good one.
I think that's a good upgrade, and I think I'm going to use my 2 make the calls to put out Cosmic Flight.
I'm on board.
And then I will put out Energy Channel. Hopefully at some point I will have the ability to put some tokens on there. And I guess that's basically when you have an extra, you save up. Now, do I switch? Switch to my hero form?
So at the very least, I need you to take off some toughness, right?
Right. But I got Stinger, who does virtually nothing. Or I got Cassie here. She does very little damage, and I'm going to use her to try to. Well, no, I'm going to use Nick Fury.
So the other thing is, I don't know how much thwart I've got going.
Okay.
And if you are in the alter ego form, we're gonna be getting a bunch. We're gonna get, All
right. I will flip over to Captain Marvel. The one thing I hate about that is it lowers my hand size, which I like. I like drawing cards, Rob. Did you not figure this out? Okay, so now we're in Captain Marvel's round. We're going to use Cassie to attack Ronan for 1, taking off that toughness.
right.
And Cassie takes 1 hit on that. And she has 2 hit points. Okay, now we're going to use So we reset out before they attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will use Nick Fury to thwart. So I should take off the toughness here, right?
You mean attack or thwart?
Stinger already attacked and did 1 damage to Ronan.
Okay, so yeah, you take off the toughness.
Okay. Oh, I screwed up. There was one more thing I wanted to do. And was get that damn hammer out of his hand.
Well, you can do that at any time.
Don't you need to take 2 damage and deal yourself in a face down encounter? Okay, yeah, I thought I needed to pay a resource. Okay, nope. So I'm going to... Nick Fury is going to thwart the scheme for 2.
Okay.
Taking a damage. Maria Hill is going to thwart the scheme for 2. Bringing it down to 0. Okay. Should I set that?
Yes, please.
So the main scheme is at 0.
Nice.
That means the Milano can be used without concern anymore. If you don't use it, I'll use it to put a counter on the superpower, but it's open to be used. And I guess I'm going to use Captain Marvel to attack Ronan for 2.
For 3, because you have the Power Stone.
For the Power Stone. All right. And that is everything I can do.
All right. So he's down to 15. Threat is at 0.
He's down to 15? 25.
25. Yeah.
Yeah. 15 would be really cool. We'd be done in no time. This whole he's tough thing.
So one of the things I was excited about getting this new setup to do is to let me not have to like hover my camera over what you were doing,
Yep.
so that I could think out my turn. But
Yes,
I
you can.
completely did not do that.
All right. Well, that's fine.
So, so we've got big hands. So okay, so let's move over to my turn. What do we got going? I got big hands, which does 4 damage to an enemy. I've got no quarter, which does 4 damage to an enemy and has to be played with a fist resource. Okay, so here is how we are gonna do this. The first thing we're gonna do is use digging deep to put into play the polymer suit, which I can exhaust to generate a uh, generic wild resource for an event. We're going to start with that. That's 2. Power of aggression is 2. So I'm not. Oh, maybe I'll make use of the Milano after all. But I have Team Spirit. I can discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card, then add that card to your hand. I'm going to do that for the. Oh, okay. Digging deep. After this card is discarded from the top of your deck, add it to your hand.
Nice.
All right. And then I get sneak by it. That's a thwart, remove 3 threat from a scheme. Okay. So now we're cooking. I'm going to flip over to Miss Marvel. I am going to use the power of aggression, which gives 2 for an aggression card. And we are going to use big hands to deal 4 damage to an enemy. That enemy will be Ronan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to use morphogenetics response after you play an attack, thwart, or defense event. Exhaust Miss Marvel and return that event to your hand. So we're going to just bring that right on back here.
Nice.
Then Big Hands is an event card, so we're going to use the suit and the digging deep that we just got in order to play Big Hands again. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. So let's just go ahead and knock off another 4 points there. All right. So now, aggressive energy. So in order to play no quarter, all right. So the special there isn't going to happen. Sneak on by. All right. So I'm going to hold on to sneak on by, whether I like it or not. Or is there a better way to do that? Because I'm not going to defeat an enemy with no quarter or chase them down. But we're getting to that point where I am running out of. I'm going to have an extra and a usage of a card left over, which kind of kills me in this game. But
Yeah.
okay, so here we are. Or maybe not. Let's find out. So aggressive energy and chase them down is going to pay for no quarter. So that's going to do 4 damage plus 1 because when you spend aggressive energy to play an attack event, that deals 1 additional damage. We're going to do another 5 damage to Ronan.
Oof. When your deck is cooking, it really hits
I
hard. Wow.
like Miss Marvel and I love
Yeah,
aggressive decks. I
yeah,
absolutely
that
do.
is.
I can't figure out how to get the 2 resources to pay for sneak by.
No.
Um,
There is
which I
one
guess we don't
resource
need
left.
to because we're at 0
Yeah,
threat anyways. So there's
yeah,
not a whole lot else we can do. Um,
yeah.
and I can't give
So,
well. So I could ask you, even though it's
mhm.
my turn, to take an action such as energy channel.
Yes.
So why don't if you would be so kind, why don't you energy channel yourself?
Yeah. Use the Milano to energy channel. Yeah.
Unless we want to save it for the Kree command
It
ship.
resets.
Oh, that's
It
right. That's
resets.
right. That's right. That's the entire point of this. Is it resets?
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling? I think that was an okay turn.
Yeah. I am going to hold off removing that hammer until next round.
Yes.
Because are you okay with that? Because that means I would get 3 encounter cards, and that's a lot. Um, so I'll get the extra one next round.
You'll get the extra one next round.
When you to take a damage and deal a face down encounter count.
Oh,
So
right,
that,
right. I misunderstood what you were saying.
and
Yep.
I'll deal with that. That can't stay up there. But for one round, I will deal. I'll allow it. I suppose is what I'm doing.
All right.
There is a danger that if Ronan is now attacking for 3, and if the encounter card gives him something that goes through overkill, it goes through an ally and to you. He could also get the Power Stone, which would make things much worse. But we'll deal with that when it comes.
All right. Are we ready to end
Yep,
the player phase?
I am ready to end the player phase.
Let's ready our cards and draw
You know,
back up to our new hand side.
Tabletop Simulator is crazy in a lot of ways, but some of the things it does is so nice. Like that ready card button is just nice. It just makes the game so much smoother.
Well, to be fair, someone put a lot of work into making
Yeah,
that happen. So Hitch, if you're out there, God bless you.
yeah.
Thank you. And the people that helped you develop this, that you built on as well. This is an incredible mod. It makes it hard for me to want to play the game in person sometimes. All right. So, board event. All right. So I got some more engine building stuff over here. Um, you got some fun stuff over here.
Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to see what I can do here.
Yeah. All right. So now we are gonna go to the villain phase. Um, Starting with the first player. So he activates. Oh, hold on. Okay, so he activates against you.
Yes.
So he's coming at you with an attack of 3. And of course,
Nick,
if he does 3 damage,
yep, he gets the Infinity Stone.
yeah.
Nick Fury is going to defend because he's not going to be here very long anyway.
All right. So because you have the Power Stone, he's going to get 2 boost cards against poor Nick Fury.
All right. Oh, I forgot about that. That is not fun. I forgot about that stupid power cone. I honestly think we may have to let him have it. Okay, so this boost card has 1,
That's
so
right.
he's now doing 4 damage.
Yeah.
This boost card has none, so he does 4 damage to Nick Fury. Nick Fury nobly sacrifices himself, but he'll be back because Nick Fury always comes back.
There you go.
And that's the end of that.
That
That
was
went a
easy.
lot smoother than I expected.
All right. So now I do not have the Power Stone. So I'm only going to get 1 card. I think I need to take the first hit. And I know I regret when I do this in the past,
Yep.
but
He hits hard.
he
Yeah.
does hit hard, but I don't think I can afford to. No, I don't think I can afford to exhaust. So 1 boost card. So that's 2 damage. So he hits me for 5 total.
Oof.
All right.
All right.
Now, we go to encounter cards. So you get 1, I get 1, and then you get a 3rd because of the Creel command ship.
Yeah. Ronan is. This is not the Ronan that got distracted by a dance off in the first adventure. I'm sorry. Where's that card? Random dance off distracts your villains from doing anything.
I have not looked. I mean, that would be a Peter Quill card if it was in here at all.
Yeah. All right. First one. Blindside. Peril. When revealed, choose one. Exhaust the Milano. Spend 2 strength resources. Stun the first player. And what does stun do?
Stun means that the first attack you do doesn't happen. It takes off the stun token instead.
Okay, so it's like a toughness. I'm going to take the stun because you are the damage dealer here.
Right.
So I'm going to take that. All right, so that's my first one.
Yep, I'll get rid of this for you.
Okay, next one. Rogue Vessel. Surge. Force interrupt when the villain phases end. Deal 1 damage to each player. First player action. Exhaust the Milano and spend 2 resources of any type. Discard this card. I can take a damage. Can you?
Yeah, I can take 1 more, I think. But it does have surge. So
What does
that you're
that
going to
mean?
get another encounter card.
Oh, good lord.
So this is an environment. So we're going to put this up in here next to the other environment.
Okay. So does this happen every round?
It happens, yes.
Oh. Oh.
So at some point
When
we're going to
the
have to
villains
spend the 2 resources to get rid of it.
Can we do that now or?
You could. No, you could not because it's a first player action.
Okay.
So you have to do it on our turn, I think.
Okay. First player action. Exhaust them a lot, and so you would have to spend the resources because you would be first player.
Correct.
I do not like that.
Well, there's not a lot we can do about it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So go ahead and take your surge card.
Here's my surge card. What horrible thing
Jesus
now.
Christ.
Shadows of the Past. When revealed, set your nemesis. Okay. So first player interrupt. When a treachery card is revealed, is that a treachery card?
Yes, it is.
This is a treachery card. When a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust the Milano and spend 1 resource to get rid of it. I have 2 strength and number cards.
I think
so I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna spend the strength and number and exhaust the Milano because those.
These are horrible.
Yeah, these are horrible. I
I'm
don't
okay
want
with
them.
this.
I do. Your nemesises are really bad,
and they eat up time and they do all sorts of horrible things. So getting rid of this is fine. It does mean we're going to have to take damage from that other ship, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is a better choice.
Okay. They're horrible, these encounter cards. I keep on telling you, Rob. They're just miserable. It's just like you have a plan, and the encounter cards come over and kick over your sandcastle. You're like, look at this beautiful plan I've built, and they just come and kick it into your face and say, nope, no plan for you today.
Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, great. A threat. Or a side scheme. Hinder 3 per player. When revealed, place 3 per player threat here. First player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from the scheme. And it has it's going to increase the boost symbols of every card here on out until it's resolved. We're going to just drop that right down here. And we're going to put 7 because it starts with 1.
Exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat. Okay, so the Milano can remove 3 threat, but you can thwart it normally.
Yeah, I think so. That's how we're going to play it. For folks who know what they're doing, let us know if we're screwing up. I don't know. I only have so much energy. We're in over our heads.
So if you have the Power Stone,
Mm-hmm.
is it +1 thwart and attack for all characters you control?
No.
Oh.
No.
Then why
Because
did we give it to Nick Fury?
I'm sorry?
We gave it to Nick Fury when he did something.
No, we gave it to you when you did something, when Carol
Oh, okay.
attacked.
Okay.
All right. I think we're done with the villain phase. No, we are not. You know what we forgot to do? The thing that we always forget to do, and add threat
Yeah.
to the main
That's
scheme.
fun. All right.
All right. New turn.
Oof, that hurt. So the Milano and Power Stone always goes to the first player.
Yeah. No, the Power Stone does not. The Power Stone, after a hero villain deals 3 or more damage to its attached character with a single attack. So you keep the Power Stone until you get hit.
Okay.
But I get an exhausted Milano.
Okay.
All right. So, how much damage are we sticking over here? 12. Can I do 12 damage this turn? I don't think so. I actually don't have any attack events. I have to sneak by them. Oh, this is going to be a rougher turn. Do you have anything that can toss me a resource?
Do I have anything that I have? Carol, I have my alter ego, Carol Danvers,
No.
and I can give you a resource.
Oh. All right. So this is bad. Possibly I shouldn't have taken that 5 damage. um so do I need to thwart or do I need to do damage? What do you think?
Maybe you need to heal.
Yeah, I think I need to thwart so that I can heal to sort of
Yep.
justify that.
Yep.
So, man, that's for an event. That's only an attack event. All right. But this is an event. So, oh, I hate doing that. So I'm going. Oh, I hate doing that. So if I want to do this, I need to spend 2, and then I need to spend. Oh man, this is a way. Oh, I hate this game. All right, so I'm gonna spend Nakia and Embiggen in order to put out an upgrade, which is Shrink. When you play a thwart event, exhaust Shrink to increase the amount of threat that event removes by 2.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use the biokinetic polymer suit and martial prowess to play sneak by, remove 3 threat from a scheme. No, no, I'm going to take this turn back
Okay.
because that doesn't.
I will be thwarting for 4 today, this turn.
Well, I. What if I thwart for 3 and you attack? Oh, because we also have this thing.
I have a card that gives me a 4th thwart, so
Yeah.
I will thwart for 4, and then I could also attack.
Okay. Okay.
So I can thwart for 4. I will be thwarting for 4.
Right.
Regardless.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play sneak by using the suit and Nakia, and that's gonna remove 3 threat. And I'm gonna do that to the main scheme.
Okay.
So we're back down to 1. So that's okay. That's okay. Then, you're gonna take some off of that. Oh, the Milano's exhausted, so I can't do that. So then I am. Oh, I hate this. I am going to spend these 2 to put Embiggen into play. Then I'm going to turn into Kamala Khan.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to recover. Oh, she has recover 5?
She has recover 5. She heals. She is a very quick healer.
That is very different. And
Yeah.
then I'm not going to use her special because I'm going to end up drawing cards anyways. Oh, is that true? Yes. Yes, that is true. I'm done. That's what I'm doing
Okay.
with my turn.
All right. So, my turn. The first thing I have is strengthen numbers. Exhaust any number of allies you control to draw 1 card for each ally. The allies I have out here are pretty meek, and I'd rather use them for human shields than to actually do things. So I'm going to exhaust 2 allies to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
And hopefully get something a little more interesting than what I have right now. So I get, oh, that's too interesting. Oh, that went badly. Oh, that's okay. That went.
Well, that is tough. Energy.
So, okay. No, I can do this. I can do this. I can put Avengers Mansion into play and then immediately use Avengers Mansion to draw a card.
Yep.
And then I hate spending
I
the
know.
aerial thing, but
I know.
but then I can use, and that extra card I can use to use Crisis Interdiction.
Yep.
So I will use the power of, in all of us, double the number of resources when generating for a gray card. That is, the Avengers Mansion is a gray card. I will use energy, which gives me 2. Yep. And I will put Avengers Mansion into play. I will immediately use Avengers Mansion to draw another card. And that card is the same card as before. Well, that's a good time for you to come out. So then I am going to use Crisis Interdiction and Aerial to put out Crisis Interdiction, remove 2 threat from the scheme. Then if you have the Aerial trait, remove 2 more threat. So I'm going to put that out, and I am going to remove 4 threat from this scheme.
Very good.
Leaving 3 left. Oh, 3 is such a... Oh, but I have the Power Stone, which gives me an extra thwart.
Yes, you do.
So Carol Danvers is she's stunned, she can't attack, but she can thwart for 2 with the Power Stone. That gives me an extra thwart of 3, and I get rid of. We didn't take our damage from this thing. We didn't take our damage from the rogue vessel at the end of the turn.
That's right. All right, we should go ahead and do that.
Yeah. But that means I can take 3 from this thing, which makes everything hit harder. And I will get rid of that. In addition, I believe Ronan has had that hammer for way too long. So I am going to take 2 damage and deal myself a face down encounter card to get rid of that thing. Even though I loathe, and that just gets put down here, right?
Yeah.
No, shuffle the universal weapon back into the deck.
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah.
Watch it be on the top. But all right, I'm down at 9. That's still reasonable. All right, that's it for me.
All right. So let's ready our cards and draw a new hand. A Wolverine. Still more expensive than I want to pay.
I got, what the heck is this? I got 3 cards of the same type. Oh, very expensive. What are you doing?
Well,
okay.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready for a villain phase?
Sure, I guess.
All right. So the first thing that happens is 4 threat goes onto the main scheme.
Okay.
The second thing that happens is I didn't think this through. Ronan is going to scheme against me for 2, which will complete the first.
Wow, that goes off quick.
It does go off quick. So we're going to get to, whoops, that's the wrong button. We're going to get to stage B. So when revealed, attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. If it's already attached to him, give him a face down boost card. So he's going to take the stone back, unfortunately. And then take what is mine. While the Power Stone is attached to Ronan the Accuser, threat cannot be removed from the scheme.
Okay. Boy. That went off really quick. It was
bound to. It was bound.
Yeah.
To. So we have until 20 in order to complete this one.
Okay.
So that was his scheme against me. I think we're okay. So now he's going to attack Captain Marvel.
I actually want to keep my allies around.
Really?
So,
all right.
Well, I have another strength in numbers, which will allow me to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
So I'm going. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to defend.
All right. So now let's just double check what's happening. So you do not have the Power Stone anymore, so he's only going to do 1 boost card on.
But he is going to do 3.
Yes.
That
is true.
Yep. Okay. Why am I? Oh yeah, you already did do. He schemed.
Yep.
All right, 1 boost card, and this has none.
But it does have a
Boost.
star. Choose to either
Choose either
exhaust.
to
Yep, go ahead.
exhaust the Milano or place 2 threat on the main scheme. I think the Milano is more useful than the threat.
All right.
I mean, are you with me on that one?
Yeah, I mean, we can use it to get rid of 3.
Can we? Does that say that up here? I don't think we can take off of this scheme anymore.
Oh.
That was from the previous one.
Oh, yeah. So now it's just given. Well, it's reducing. It can reduce the when revealed effects, or it can provide.
Yeah, no, I like that part of it. So yeah, I'm going to put 2 threat up here,
Right.
even though we can't get rid of it while he has the Power Stone. I'm hoping you're going to hit him hard enough next round to get rid of that.
And so 3 damage comes in on you.
But I defend for 1. Wow.
I know.
Why?
I
This
know.
is Captain. This is Captain Marvel. What?
I know.
What? Okay.
It's because it's
All
a
right.
game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess you can't
Like-
play the real Captain Marvel because she would just win. That would
I
be
know.
true.
It's like you play Captain Marvel against Rhino. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? No. She picks him up, throws him into space. It's done. What
All
is
right.
going on? All right. So now I get a card, you get a card, I get a card. I got a card. You got a card. My
This
first
is
card.
so bloody painful.
You stand accused. When revealed, Ronan the accuser attacks you with a +1 attack.
Nope. When revealed, you're in your alter ego.
Oh, he schemes with a +1 scheme.
Putting that 2 scheme on there may have been a mistake.
Well, all right. So he's scheming at a 3. He gets a boost card.
Okay.
No symbols, so it's a total of 4. Oh.
That scheme is going up pretty fast.
And up. Okay, we got our first minion. A Kree commando. He's got patrol. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot thwart the main scheme. So that's not awful because I have some cards that help with minions, and I might not be scheming anyway.
Okay.
All right. What do you got?
All right. First one. Kree Private. After this minion engages your heroes, it attacks.
Oof.
It doesn't get a boost card, though, right?
It does not get a boost card.
And it just does 1? All right. I'll
Yep.
take the 1.
All right.
Okay. And the next one. Gang up. When revealed hero, the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Ouch.
I think you're about to lose your allies, my friend.
Yeah, I'm afraid that is. I gotta burn an ally, which makes strength in numbers kind of useless.
Well,
Yeah.
right.
Let's see. I will
so do Ronan first. Do you want to defend?
Ronan first. Yeah, I'm gonna defend with. They're both. I mean, Maria Hill can do a stronger attack, so I'll defend with Stinger. Okay, and I deal a boost card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oof.
All right.
Well, at least no overkill or anything like that.
Yep.
So takes a ton of damage, and Stinger leaves play. All right. I guess I'm just going to eat the Kree Privates 1 damage.
All right.
All right.
Get rid of that for you. And then we each take a damage because of the rogue vessel.
Oh, okay. And we do. Okay, I'm getting bloodied here.
All right. But we made it through our second turn.
Okay, third turn. This is the one we got to make it through.
And you are the
Okay,
first player. Go ahead
I'm the
and
first
select.
player. Take the first player, going, but I am exhausted. All right, what the hell am I going to do?
These creatures are
Okay,
tough.
these crees are tough. I need some resources. Do you mind if I use Avenger's Mansion to deal myself a card?
Now do what you gotta do.
Okay, so I'm going to deal myself a card with Avenger's Mansion. And that gives me the Helicarrier, which gives me another. Next card play is reduced by 1. Okay. So band together just gives me 1 resource. I was hoping I was going to get an ally to put out. I could try switching over to Carol Danvers. And that then I could. I could draw another card, but I don't think that's going to help. So the Helicarrier, I could put the Helicarrier out for 3. And then I could use the Helicarrier to play 1 Psionic Blast to deal damage. Or
Remember,
I
you're
can.
stunned. And so if
Well,
a card
okay.
has an attack, you got to get
Oh,
rid of.
it's an attack. Oh, so none of this is useful because I'm stunned and I'm exhausted, so I can't get rid of the stun. That is annoying. So I could just. Yeah, I could just charge up. I could just spend the Psionic Blast, put out the Helicarrier, and then what? I don't even know.
This should be discarded.
That should be gone. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I want to draw another card because that way I might get more options. But that means he would scheme, and that's never good. But
I mean, you could
I am.
use sand band together to be the energy resource that allows Captain Marvel to heal a damage and draw a card.
Oh, is that the generic one?
Well, it's a wild one, so it can be used as
Oh,
any.
it's a wild one. I did not know that. Okay, so I could use Band Together, exhaust Maria Hill, and draw a card. That's a waste. But yeah, and then I could heal and draw a card. Okay, we're gonna do that. That I just want more options.
I know.
And healing for 1 is useful. So I will spend Band Together. I will exhaust Maria Hill. I will heal 1.
Why are you
That's the wrong
exhausting
direction.
Maria?
Band Together. Oh no, this generates for. Oh, that's a different card.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different card. No, Maria's not exhausted. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, then I definitely would have used that. And I get Alpha Flight Station. Cost 1. Exhaust Alpha Flight Station. Choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Draw 1 card. Draw 2 cards instead if you're Carol Danvers. And it only costs 1 to put out. That's nice. Yeah, and I have strength in numbers. That was the card I was thinking of. Exhaust an ally and draw any number of cards. So I'm not going to get 3 Psionic Blasts out, right?
No, you are not going to get 3 of them.
I'm going to spend a Psionic. And they wouldn't do anything because I'm stunned anyway. So I'll put out
Well,
Alpha Flight.
The second two would do something.
Yeah, the second two, but oh wait, yeah, but the second two, but that, yeah, that's a lot of spending for one whiff. I'll put out Alpha Flight Station, and I'm going to use Alpha Flight Station, and I'm going to draw 2 cards. I am just burning through my deck, but that's fine.
You'd have to flip over to Carol to draw 2.
Oh. Well, this would be the card I would have drawn. Yeah, I'm going to flip over to Carol. Is that okay?
Sure.
I'm going to flip over to Carol, and I'm going to draw 2 cards. I know he's going to scheme. I'll use Maria to thwart to get rid of some of the scheme. Oh, I can't. I can't thwart the scheme until that Power Stone is gone. I can't do anything. No, you said
we got rid of that one.
While the Power Stone is attached to Ronan the Accuser,
right.
the threat cannot be removed from the main scheme. So I can't do that. Okay. So I get White Tiger, and I get the Triskelion. Increases your ally limit by 1, which is useful, but I don't know. White Tiger. After you play White Tiger from your hand, draw X cards. Maximum 3, with X is the villain stage. If the villain has no stage, just draw 1. So we're on stage 1. So I'm just drawing a card.
That's right. We're on stage
1. So I'm just drawing 1 card for White Tiger. Okay. It's hard to get more than 3 allies. So I'm going to play my 2 Psionic Blast. No, let me think about that. No. Have I used my Carol Danvers? Okay, so let's see what that gives us. I'm going to draw yet another card. Energy Channel again, which is nice, but I already have one out. Okay, so I can 1, 2, 3, put out the Triskelion, and that means I could use the Triskelion then to put out White Tiger, which would allow me to draw another card. Why I would need that other card, I don't know.
But having an ally out to suck some damage or to do something or to thwart would not be a bad idea.
Or I can exhaust any number of allies to draw a card for each ally. Do I draw the card instead of using this for a resource? Or wait, no. 1, 2. I can do 1, 2, 3, but I can't make that work. If I could get White Tiger out before the Triskelion, but it doesn't work that way. Okay. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Put out the Triskelion. Exhaust the Triskelion. So I can just constantly exhaust Alpha Flight to draw a card? That's...
I mean, once a turn.
Once a turn. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use the Helicarrier to reduce the cost of a card by 1, and I will use Energy and Power Blast, that I'm just not getting out, to put out White Tiger. When White Tiger comes out, I get to draw a card that I probably can't use. Oh, go to hell! Oh, you suck! All right, well, we're just going to hold on to that one.
Oh. All right. And you got 2 minions and a Milano if you want to do something.
Okay, the Milano I can't do much. That minion is freaking tough. So let's see. White Tiger can do 2. Maria Hill can do 2. So I can't kill it. because it's got 5. And I got nothing.
And that one at least will only hit for 1.
Okay. Well, do I keep Maria Hill around to eat some damage? And yeah, since I can't kill him this round, White Tiger is going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to hit for 1. It's going to scheme for 1, unfortunately.
Okay.
Which is not good for us. Please get that Power Stone off of him.
Well,
And so that does 2 damage to him. So then the question is, do I use Maria Hill to do 2 more damage, or do I hold off on Maria Hill and let her eat? Well, no, because they're going to scheme. So I can't stop scheme with allies. So I'm going to use Maria Hill to do 2 more damage, taking this guy up to 4. Get him close, but not quite there. Maria Hill leaves play. Leaving me just with White Tiger. Hopefully I'll not get another strength in numbers or something like that. And all right, you go. And if the Milano is, well, yeah, Milano will not be left over, but we'll see.
well, because what else can we do with the Milano?
Well,
We can
that's
get
going to
it.
be encounter cards that we say no to.
Not anymore, right? Oh
No,
yeah.
we can say no to encounter cards.
Oh god, I get so
We can't remove
confused.
threat from
Yeah.
scheme with a Milano.
Yeah. All right.
Let
And we could get rid of this fucking thing, but I don't
which
know that that's gonna happen.
which
All
would
right.
be useful,
So
but
the first thing we're gonna do is get some extra cards using Teen Spirit. So we're gonna discard, looking for one of these. Amir. Oh,
oh, he's not bad.
yeah. Especially since I am in. Should I just go ahead and do this now? Yeah. All right. So goodbye, Wolverine. I'm not gonna figure out how to spend 4 to get you into play. So Amir comes out as a support. Alter ego action. Exhaust Amir Khan. Place 1 card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck and draw a card. Excuse me. So now I have to take a quick look here. What do I want? I want. What did I discard that I was very unhappy about?
Multiple things.
Multiple things. All right. Can I remember how to do this? Nope. But then I draw a card. And I get another big hand.
Not bad.
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, not bad. So do I have any other alter ego stuff going on? No. All right. So in order to do anything. Oh no, I could attack.
You can attack past him.
I can attack past. Is that more important? That might be more important. So let's use Digging Deep and the Polymer Suit again to play one of these big hands. That's going to do 4 damage. And then I'm also going to use Embiggen to increase it to 6 damage.
Oof.
And you know what happens when you do more than 3 damage?
You get the Power Stone.
You get the Power Stone. All right. Then. All right. So now I have the Power Stone.
You still have the Milano, by the way,
I still have the Milano.
if you need an extra resource.
So let's figure out, do I need an extra resource? Yeah, I might need an extra resource. So let's use Sneak By and Red Dagger to play I'm not going to need an extra resource. Another big hand, which will do 4 damage.
5.
No.
You have the Power Stone. You have the Power Stone.
That only increases her base attack.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's less good.
Well, it's still going to be enough. So I don't have enough to play the no quarter. And now I'm going to just go up and hit Ronan. And now, because I have the Infinity Stone, I'm going to do 2 damage, which will defeat him.
This stage.
Defeat this stage, yes. All
Okay.
right. So we defeat Ronan. And so he becomes a little bit tougher. He's got an attack of 3, a scheme of 2. And if you have the Power Stone, he gets an extra card. Comes out with toughness. And he also has Cut the Power. So that is a scheme. It's a crisis, which means that we have to take threat off of it before we take it off the main scheme.
Oh, good Lord.
Um,
We are going to get done in by scheme.
Yep. I mean, the question is, can we figure out how to do 36 damage quick enough?
I regret switching over to Carol Danvers' form. I deeply regret that. That was a mistake.
I understand, but you understood from the start we were not going to win, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Sadly, I can't play no quarter. I've done all that I can. I wonder if I should have been a little more conservative, because I think we're going to get pounded this turn. But
oh yeah,
it's the end of the player phase, so let's ready our cards.
Okay.
Draw up our hands. Oh, I've got me a Bruno. I got an Angela. Why would I have Angela? I don't want Angela. Well, all right. All right. This this isn't going to be pretty, but are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So first thing that happens is we get 4th threat on the main screen.
I don't think we're going to make it through this.
No, we
Uh,
might not. We very much might not. Then Ronan attacks me. I only have a defense of 1. I don't have any allies out. I think I'm about to die.
um, I can throw a white tiger in front of it.
But then will you die?
No, because I'm in Carol Danvers form, so he's scheming
All
against
right.
me. So white tiger takes the hit.
Okay, so you have to exhaust her.
Yep.
So white tiger now is coming after you. So he's attacking at a. Does he have? Did we get rid of the hammer?
I got rid of the hammer, yes.
Oh, and didn't come back. Okay, so he's coming at you with a 3.
Okay. Doesn't really matter unless it has overkill, but let's see what this does. Boost card, single-minded, just adds 1. So
Ooh.
that's 4. White tiger leaves play.
But it had the boost attached the power stone to Ronan the Accuser.
Okay. Damn it. All right.
All right.
Ne-
Then the commando attacks, and I'm gonna take that. All right. So now Ronan attack schemes against you.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Okay. I'm moving this up because I'm going to be drawing a ton of cards and I need to put them out with
All right.
them. Okay, so I'm going to deal a boost card for the scheme.
Yep.
This may deal us in. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but whatever.
That's all right.
Okay, so he schemes for 2 plus the Power Stone, 5.
All right. All right. Not done yet. And
And the
then
villain and the Cree private schemes for 1.
all right, so we're at 26. 16.
Okay, yeah, we're 26. The game's over.
All right.
I still think the game's over. I don't think we can pull this off.
I don't think so either. You're the first player, so you get a card.
Oh yeah, I deal in counter card.
I get one,
You
and then
deal.
you get another.
Jesus, guy's tough. All right. First encounter card. You stand accused. When revealed alter ego. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's
All right.
it.
Well, let's see. So 2, 3. Draw the boost card.
That's the end.
There we
Well,
go.
Yep.
Oh man. We did not make it to turn 3.
I could have.
We had a couple good turns, it's just
I had
good turns as well.
I was gonna pull out 1, 2, 3 extra cards, and I had a ton of allies that were going to come out. One was going to confuse the villain. One was going to draw an extra card, and 2 others were drawing extra cards.
Right.
And I could probably have gotten all of them out.
Well, yeah. Well, we went in this knowing that this was one of the toughest villains. I have, seen discussions online when people have yet to defeat him and stuff like that. This isn't a surprising outcome. I had fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I feel like I learned something. I don't know about you. I might be willing to go another round. Maybe we do 1 rhino and then we come back and take on Ronan again. Because I feel like these decks synergize pretty well with both the way we play and with each other.
Yeah. This is a nice combination.
Yeah.
I do like Miss Ma. As you can see, she can pump out a bunch of damage.
she can hit hard, and Captain Marvel on this particular deck, once you get up to speed, you're just drawing every card in your deck. I mean, there's a downside once you go through your deck, you get another encounter card.
Yeah.
But she can pump out a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And that works well. It's just I made a mistake switching over to Carol Danvers. I got greedy on that one. I should have said nope. I can't let that scheme go up until we get the Power Stone off of him. That was a miscalculation. That is where I went wrong, but you know, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, we like the game where Ronan pounded us into the ground. That was just a bad draw.
So what happened is in a hand, a mulligan, and another hand, your leadership deck drew no or almost no allies, right?
No allies,
and a bunch of cards that required allies in order to be effective.
Yes. And that was a bad hand. And then he got when he attacked me, he hit me hard. I mean, it was just, okay, you get 2 extra plus a boost, plus an extra boost card, and that had 2 extra, and it's like, oh, jeez.
Right. And if you had Maria Hill to just soak up 8 damage, you'd be fine.
Yep. But, it's just, I feel like we could take this guy. I do feel like it. Maybe we try an easier one at one first, just to build up our confidence.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could do it. It might take us a little bit, but I think we could do it.
Yeah. You know, and maybe this is going to be the goal. There are things we have to decide because we're going to be, I think we're going to be playing a fair amount of Champion for a while. We've missed this game. There's a lot of scenarios that we haven't played in this yet. There's a lot for us to learn. We sort of have been, when we've been playing these 2 specific aspects because we both like how they play and they match us, which also means that there are 2 and now really 3, but really only 2 aspects that we just have not been exploring at all. So there is actually a lot of material here for us to look into and dig into. And I could absolutely see coming back to Ronan to see how close we get. What have we learned since then? Going back, playing some of the other material, checking again. Can we beat Ronan yet? Something like that. Because I feel like it's in reach with these decks. This was almost in
this
reach.
Was close. If we could have made it through this round, I think we would have been. It would still have been a struggle.
Yeah.
But I think we would have been in a better shape.
I don't know, because I don't think I could have done. Because like a lot of I got allies and supports, but I didn't get a lot of damage this turn. So,
well,
I don't know.
That's the thing. I could have fed you cards.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I had an abundance of resources. Like here, I had strength that gives me 2. That immediately can put out Ironheart, which would draw a card for me. And that's an upgrade, but whatever. So then Ironheart would be out, and if I played strength, and then I have, while I'm still in Carol Danvers form, I can use Alpha Flight Station to draw 2 more cards, and so I get these 2 more cards out. Which are energy absorption and energy absorption. And so then I could use energy absorption to put out.
No. You use those on. Oh, you don't have it out? Oh yeah, you use those on the energy channel.
Well, maybe. I mean, I was gonna pump out allies.
Oh, actually, Spider-Woman would have been a nice one at that point. Sure.
Yep. And put Spider-Woman out and confuse the villain with energy absorption. And then and then I would now I have now I can use band together to put out Kalu and put him out, and then I search the top of my deck, which only has 2 cards at this point. So would I reshuffle, or would I
Yep.
just
You would
switch
reshuffle, which
them?
would give you an encounter card.
Okay, well, fine.
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah. No, you were.
but it's. I mean, it said search.
Right.
So
You would.
I mean, I would
I might
reshuffle.
have to look that interaction up.
Well, let's say I reshuffle. So then I would search for an event. Uh, I would search for an avenge card, which is not that. It's not that. That's not an event card. Do I have event cards in this
Oh,
deck?
absolutely.
No, it's not that.
Yes, it is. That's an event card.
Oh,
That's
those are event
card.
cards?
Yeah. It's the keyword at the top left.
Oh, I missed it.
Right under note.
Okay, so,
the cost.
Okay, so,
Yeah, so
I
you
would put,
you would have your pick of events.
so I would, but I mean, I can just pull that out for a resource.
Well, you would,
right?
yeah, you would choose one of those to your hand and shuffle the deck.
Okay. And then I would, I mean,
you use any absorption, bring out the Quinn Carrier. Use
yeah,
that
I mean,
and Photonic Blast to bring out the helmet if you
well,
want.
I haven't used Carol's ability to deal a card, so I would deal myself another card, which is White Tiger. So and when White Tiger enters play, you get the cards equal to the stage of the villain.
Yeah.
So then I would spend, I guess I would spend the energy absorption to get White Tiger into play.
Draw
I probably keep
more cards. Yep. Yep.
I get the Photonic Blast.
Yeah.
And I get the Quinn Carrier into play. Or no, I'd spend the 2 to get White Tiger into play, which means I draw 2 more cards.
Except at this point, you're over your limit unless you have something that prevents.
Oh, I'm over my limit.
Yeah.
I was saying I couldn't get over my limit, and I'm over my limit. Yeah. Okay, so I just. But options. I mean, I would just spend this, and I'd probably put 2 counters onto this. But that means I can now feed you, 1 card from the Avengers Mansion, make something
cheaper,
make something cheaper, and give you a resource.
Yeah.
To play out, and I mean, so
but I still don't have the cards this hand in order to do that. The only attack card I have is No Quarter.
Well, then I would say draw a card with Avengers Mansion, and then you would have. All right, well, never mind. Well, but I mean,
okay, but at that point, that's 4, 6, 8. So I could at least do 10. 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, and I have
16. Yeah.
And I'd probably have 2 more counters on here from energy absorption if I played this right. So that's 6
maybe.
here.
Maybe.
So I don't know if he could kill him this round, but could get him close.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that we're on our way. I think that it is achievable. I think some of it comes down to the luck of the draw, literally. But I think that we're gonna get here, and I kind of like the idea of having a goal to work towards.
Yeah.
Of having I do like playing through the campaigns and the stuff like that. But the idea of let's get good enough to beat Ronan once.
Yeah, I'm for that. Let's have some soft ones. We'll do a couple more games of this.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll do a campaign and see how we do there. Those campaigns are tough, but
I don't know if I
fun.
do the campaign at this point or if I would just play the scenarios in the campaign, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But we got lots of options and a lot of stuff to do. So I am looking forward to seeing what it is that we end up doing next. I look forward to see if we are able to beat Ronan someday. We might have to change the name. Can you imagine if we got good enough that people would expect us not to lose?
Well, okay, we're not there yet. That's
We are not there yet.
Let's not buy the yachts quite yet.
But as always, I want to thank you for playing along with me. Thank you for losing with me. I want to thank all of you out here who have been watching along. It's good to see you back. It's good to see you for the first time. Those of you just joining us, we're going to try to do this more regularly, I think. I am re-energized to be doing those streams, and I hope that you will come and join us on this journey to watch us win once or twice. But let's be real, you're going to watch us. Have a good night, everyone.